me when it's over. Wake me when it's over.
But I am in a better headspace. I applied to some other airlines. I do have, actually, I did get a CJO from another regional airline with the same rules, actually. So I definitely have stocked up on some concealer and some color corrector. I will be covering that, come hell or high water, unless all hell legitimately breaks loose. And by that, I mean, if the world ends, then I won't cover it. But of course, short of the world ending, I will be covering that first thing in the morning, even if that means I don't eat breakfast for the 3 weeks that I'm there. So I am pretty excited for that opportunity that came about, maybe 3 days ago. So I got home, and that was 2 weeks of me trying to figure out what I'm going to do to try to get my life back on track after having stopped it for the 3 or so weeks that I was away at training. So, I've definitely learned my lesson. However, the regional airline that I will be starting training on the 10th for, I actually have a face-to-face interview with the mainline airline of the regional that I may potentially be working for. So I'm super excited about that. I won't mention that airline, of course, unless you guys want to know. But this airline, if I'm reading the rules correctly, because I've made sure to check the tattoo policy, and I do believe that now this airline may be the only airline that will allow customer-facing employees to have visible tattoos that are smaller than the size of an ID badge, which I'm really glad about. So that definitely, I think, will take a lot of stress off of me. And I also do believe that they may allow for nose piercings, if I read that right as well, as long as I think they're 1 or 2 millimeters or smaller. So I have a nose stud. I could definitely get a smaller one if mine isn't the correct size. That's not a problem. So I'm really excited about that. So if that is something that they truly are embracing, I am truly excited, and I'm hoping to get a face-to-face, or I'm hoping to get a CJO with them because they are regional because they are mainline, and I do really enjoy a company that is progressive. Because if we continue to maintain the policy of no tattoos, no piercings, who are we going to hire? Because there probably isn't a person out there now that doesn't have a tattoo of some kind, regardless if it's in the spot that's highly visible or not. So I think that if we allow more people to be more open-minded by having tattoos, you'll learn that the person that you hired, their abilities are in no way affected by what they decided to put on their body, which I'm not sure why there was ever really a correlation, but it's there. But I'm really excited, so I'm hoping that is the case. However, for the face-to-face, of course, because you definitely don't want to start doing anything too risky before you get your foot in the door. So I definitely plan to cover my piercing, or cover my my tattoos, take my piercings out, of course. And then if they say that that is okay, I definitely would still advise, for those of you that may be going to face-to-faces as well for mainline or even regional, definitely tell them where you have tattoos and such, and then go from there. So I'm definitely going to cover my tattoos for the face-to-face, but definitely I will let them know that I do have tattoos that may or may not be visible while in uniform. So I am excited about that. It was a little tough. It was a little rough. I cried. I drank way more wine than a person should. But I kind of had to deal with the resources I had. I wasn't even there long enough that I was never even on their payroll. So that may be a blessing in disguise when jobs ask, where were you last employed? I don't have to mention them because I was never on their payroll. So that kind of works out in my favor as well. So guys, wish me luck with this face-to-face. I'm hoping to get a CJO from them. Then I can tell the regional that it's been nice, and maybe give someone else an opportunity that may truly want to work with them. But once again, this has been Landings with Lexi, and any of you guys out there that have been released from flight attendant training, just know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is some happiness at the end of this very unhappy trek and journey that life has sent you on. However, you can make it through. Like I said earlier, you have to take the good with the bad. Life is not always good, but the good thing about negative things in life is that they're only ever temporary. So once you get yourself to a better headspace, darn it, excuse the hair, I'm sorry, I need to get this retwisted. It's looking bad. My roots have grown out. Whew. Anyways, yeah, take the good with the bad and definitely learn something, because that's what my mom would call a bought lesson. I essentially asked for that one by not covering my tattoos. So I did learn my lesson, and I definitely learned a lot as well. You definitely have to follow the rules to a T. Every rule. If it says don't sleep on the left side of the bed, don't sleep on the left side of the bed. If you wake up and the first foot you set down is your right foot and that's what they said you need to do, you need to do it. I'm being funny, but in terms of that, yeah, definitely follow the rules, because it's not only for of course, continuity of the people that they hire, but that's also for your benefit. So just make sure you do what you need to do for you, because in the words of my dad, you are number one. Look out for yourself. That includes following all the rules. So thank you guys for listening. Once again, this has been Landings with Lexi. Hopefully I will upload some more videos, either starting training with the regional airline, or I may actually do one for my face-to-face. And hopefully I can end that video with my explanation, or letting you guys know that I received the CJO, hopefully. So thank you guys for watching.
It's so easy to take you out that cloud that you call home. It's so easy to expose